it's Jen here. Just wanted to come on and chat with you for a moment about boundaries, which is something we've been talking about the past few episodes, and setting boundaries. And really, the tricky part is setting them and kind of enforcing them, which I really don't believe in, kind of imposing on other people to enforce your boundaries. I really kind of believe in, just asking for what you really want. And if someone chooses not to respect that, then, I guess it kind of depends on how important the relationship, how assertive you are about it. I don't believe in infringing on someone else's free will and boundaries in order to enforce your own boundaries. So really the word enforcement is a little harsh to me. So the most difficult part of setting boundaries is when it's new and when you're doing, you're changing the way you've been behaving with somebody, and you're kind of setting new boundaries with people that you've already been in relationships with, whether it's a friend or family or a significant other, and you kind of make a change because you realize that you were compromising your boundaries and your own needs and your own desires a lot, or at all, really. Even if it's in small ways, it can be a little bit rocky and bumpy when you first kind of change things up a little bit, because people are not expecting you to say no, or push back. If sometimes there's I'm probably going to do a whole nother video on this, but there's a lot of little ways that you can be getting disrespected, and you almost start to not realize it because it just becomes habitual, and the other person, if there's a person that's disrespecting you, then you're almost not even realizing, they're not realizing it either. So you kind of, so they're not realizing that they're disrespecting you because you're not really speaking up. And then if it goes on for a long period of time, then you don't realize it either. So like I said, I may do a whole nother video on that. But the whole point is that if you're setting new boundaries all of a sudden with somebody, or you're saying, hey, you know what, I know you've been doing this way for, my whole life or whatever, maybe a sibling or a parent or something like that, or a cousin even, and you don't realize, that you're compromising yourself by accepting certain behavior from them or certain treatment from them. And then suddenly, years and years later, you say, hey, you know what, I've never really liked that you treated me this way or that way, or that you did this, and of course you're free to do anything that you want. I'm just not okay with it. And then if hopefully they just respect that, and you can move forward. A lot of times though, if it's something new, you're going to get some resistance. And my suggestion, if it's something new like that, is to kind of give them a little bit of time to adjust to really letting it sink in that it's not okay with you. And don't get angry, don't feel like you've been violated, and go on the offensive. Just still gently remind them, hey, remember I said that I really don't like that, it's not okay with me. Of course you're free to do whatever you want to. I just don't think I'm going to be around you if you're going to keep doing that. And maybe just sort of gently just state whatever it is you're planning to do about it. If you just think, what, I don't want to be around that anymore, it's not going to work for me. So I'd really love it if I'd really love to continue this relationship, whether it's family member or friend or whatever. I just don't think that, if you're going to continue to do that, I just don't think I'm going to be around you as much, or whatever it is that you decide you're going to do. And really think about that. What are you willing to do in that relationship, or to sever that relationship, or to maybe distance yourself a little bit, however that works for you. You kind of have to figure that out for yourself. And then just let that person know, communicate it in a gentle way, because you have to remember that it's become a habit for them. They didn't even know that it was an issue for you unless you've told them before, and we're talking about situations where you haven't. So let me know if you have any situations in mind that are like this for you, and drop them in the comments, and we'll see if we have any feedback. See if I have some feedback for you if you need some support with that. And if you try this, let me know how it goes. All right, have a great night, and I will talk to you in a couple days.